A very, very warm welcome to all of you listening wherever you are in the world. For me, I'm in Johannesburg, South Africa. It is an absolute gorgeous, gorgeous autumn day. The sun is shining. It's just absolutely a beautiful day. But I want to talk to you today about how do we understand our emotions and how do we do something about the emotions that we're feeling. To be a human being is to feel emotions. And there are as many emotions on this planet as there are human beings. I do know we as animal lovers agree that animals also have feelings. They show emotions. Just see what your cat does when you start to pack your bag. In the days when we could still travel, they climb into your bag. Or when your dog sees that you are busy packing to go away, they have that droopy look in their eyes. So during this COVID-19 period that we are all facing, we have been feeling so many different feelings. And I want to go specifically to those emotions. Why are we feeling what we are feeling? And I'm going to share 4 different skills with you. Life skills, life approaches that is going to help you to really, really know what it is that you are experiencing. So my first skill is always the following one. It is the most important information I have found out about human behavior in the more than 30 years that I have been a psychologist. And that is in 2006 when I was introduced to the work of Dr. Master Demartini, the human behavior specialist. And he has been my mentor since then. And he introduced me as one of his students to the hierarchy of values, which is talking about that what is of highest importance, priority, and value to each one of us. Everyone has their own unique hierarchy of values. It is as unique as your thumbprint. It is as unique as that you are. And whatever is of highest priority, value to you, actually demonstrates so much about you. And when I talk about values here, I'm not talking about integrity, honesty, those kind of things that we say are values. They are more norms and ethics. I'm more talking about what is of highest importance to you, highest priority, and therefore you value it most. And there are certain questions that you can ask yourself to determine what is truly of highest importance, priority, and value to you. You can also go online on the drdemartini.com website and go and look at his value determination and go and do those values. Go and determine your values. But I'm going to take you through a couple of questions that you can ask yourself that will help you to determine what is really of highest importance to you. And the reason why I want you to know that is what is of highest importance and priority to you. That is where you will have your most emotional reactions. Because when you are challenged in what is of highest priority to you, you are going to show emotions. When you are supported in what is of highest importance to you, you will show emotions. I want to give you an example. I have a 22-month-old granddaughter called Layla. And Layla has discovered the joy of watching Lulu Kids on iPad. It's an app for children her age with kiddie songs, and it's very entertaining. So of very high priority and high importance to Layla at the age of 22 months is to watch what she calls Bubby on iPad. What is of very high importance, priority, and value to my daughter is not to raise her daughter with an addiction to screens. Many parents got that fear. So when Layla can watch what she calls Bubby on iPad, she's happy, she is fulfilled, she has attention surplus order, and she shows all feelings and emotions that's positive and great emotions to feel. But the moment my daughter grabs the iPad, take it away from her and say, no more Bubby, she shows very real emotional responses. She shows that she's angry, upset, frustrated, will possibly throw a bit of a tantrum. So I said to my daughter, don't just challenge her in what is of highest importance to her. I don't mean by that you must tell her to just go and watch Bubby as much as she wants to, but tell her when this song of Bubby is finished, iPad is going to do. And that definitely made a difference. So these are the questions you can ask yourself to determine what is of highest importance to you, because that's going to help you to know how to understand what you are feeling. The first question you can ask yourself is, what are the top 3 things that I spend most of my time on? So today in South Africa is a public holiday, it's Workers' Day. Many people, especially those essential service workers, can go back to work. But what is it that you have been and you are truly spending your time on, that nobody has reminded you, nobody has to ensure that you spend your time on that? If you have your own business, you might say, well, I spend most of my time in trying to reinvent my business, get my business to work in this new world that we are. I'm spending most of my time on putting more processes in place. If you are a full-time mom and your kids are home, of course all the kids are home, but they are not on school holiday and they have to do their schoolwork, you might say, I spent most of my time helping my children to get organized and to focus on their schoolwork. So that is an indication what is really of highest importance to you. So I want you to ask the question to yourself, what are the 3 things that I spend most of my time on? Because all of us spend most of our time on that was of highest importance, priority, and value to us. The next question you can ask yourself is, what do I spend my energy on? So in the mornings we wake up, we have a tank full of energy. At night we have to go and sleep, and that is to replenish our energy in our energy tank. So what do you spend your energy on? And what you spend your energy on energizes you. It doesn't drain your energy. When you look at that, what is it that you mostly spend your energy on? That is feedback to you. What is of real high importance to you? The next question you can ask yourself is, what do you really spend your money on? What are the top 3 things that you always will have money for? And that is a clear indication what is really of importance to you. Because what is of low importance to you, that is when you will say, I don't have money for it, I can't afford it. If your kids say, Mom, can I have that? You will say, listen, money does not grow on trees. You always have money for what is of highest importance to you. Then the next question you can ask yourself, where are you the most ordered and organized and you do not allow chaos? And once again, that will give you so much clear feedback, what is really important to you. I spoke to a couple this morning. I had an online session with them, and the woman said to me, I am so ordered and organized about running the home. I don't like dirtiness. I don't care about, I'm not too faced about mess. but I don't want it to be dirty. And I'm so ordered and organized about the cleaning of my house. The husband said, I'm so ordered and organized about going into my study in the mornings, closing the door and focusing on my business. Then the next question you can ask yourself is, where are you the most disciplined, most focused on? Because what you are focused and disciplined about, you are definitely seeing what is of true, real importance to you. Another question you can ask yourself is, what do you like to talk about? You like to bring conversations to that. And when other people talk about it, you want to take part of the conversation. You become animated and extroverted because that's feedback. What is of importance to you? What are you intrinsically motivated to do? And whatever it is that you give your answers, it's giving feedback to you. What is authentically, truly of high importance to you? High priority and high value. So, once you have determined what is really of high importance and high priority to you, you know then what makes you tick. And you know then why you are having the emotional reactions that you have. So when something is of high importance to you and somebody stops you in it, for instance, your 14-year-old son, teenager, is loving playing Fortnite on his computer. He can play it all day long. It's not important for you that he does it. It's of higher importance to you that he must do his schoolwork. So when you walk into his room, tell him to switch off his computer, stop playing Fortnite. That's most possibly when you'll get the biggest reaction out of him. He will say to you, I hate you, I wish you were not my mom, I wish you were more like other moms, my friend's mom let him play all day long. So his emotional reaction is just feedback to you that you have challenged him in what is really, really important to you. Oh, pardon me, to him. So your emotional reactions are 100% aligned to what is of highest importance to you. Also, when things are not important to you, you don't have an emotional reaction. I am really not a cook. I have to prepare our meals now during this lockdown time and our next phase of lockdown. But when my husband makes jokes about the way I cook, I don't take it personally. I laugh with him. But if he should make a comment about the way that I help my clients as a psychologist, and he tells me I suck as a psychologist, I am going to really give him a hard time. So your most intense emotional reactions are in those areas where you perceive you get the most challenge in what is of highest importance to you. That's skill number 1. Skill number 2 is based on Newton's third law, and that is for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Newton said to us, we must remember for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, and that equal and opposite reaction is not split in time, it is in the same moment, in the same synthesis and synchronous moment. So in every moment that you have an emotion, you have the equal and opposite emotion as well. So I want you to think of an emotion that you had recently. I definitely felt an emotion on Wednesday of feeling overwhelmed and quite insecure on about what this next level is meaning to us. And as long as I felt insecure and I felt overwhelmed, I was stuck. My mind was going around in the same circle and I had the same emotion the whole time. But when I reminded myself, Ilze, just remember, you have the equal and opposite emotion as well. So what is the equal and opposite emotion of overwhelmed and anxious? Because I was overwhelmed and anxious and unsure. I said, okay, it is I'm sure and I'm certain about. And I thought, what am I seeing I am certain about and I am calm about? And I thought, I can see it clearly. It doesn't matter what is happening in this crazy world of ours. Whether I must stay in lockdown in my house till the end of the year, if that is what they announce we must do, I am certain and calm about that I will not stop serving my clients. I will keep on serving them in whatever form I can. Facebook Live like this, Zoom, Skype, WhatsApp audio, WhatsApp video, blogs, podcasts. I will continue to do it. So identify your emotion, that emotion that you don't like, the emotion that you want to get rid of. And go and ask yourself, where do I have the equal and opposite emotion in me at this very moment? Because when you do that, your emotional volatility become like a smaller and smaller swing until your mind, when you see the equal and opposite emotion, your mind gets quiet, your mind sees the balance, and your mind goes into silence. That is the second skill. The third skill is also for me based on Newton's third law. And those of you who have seen me in person as in a consultation will know that I do this. I say to you, put on these glasses. The one glass has a negative lens, the other one has a positive lens. As long as you, Newton's law, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction in the same synthesis and synchronous moment. As long as I only look at life and I only see things through my negative lens, I stay stuck, I'm the victim, I have a stuck, closed mindset, and my emotions stay the same. But the moment I start to put the positive on and I see the equal and opposite side in that same moment, my mind opens, I have a growth mindset, and I empower myself. So how do we do that? We ask ourselves, what is the benefit for me when I feel this feeling? How is this feeling serving me? What are the positives for me when I feel this? What am I gaining from this feeling? So when I ask myself that question, what are the positives for me? What am I gaining from feeling overwhelmed and anxious? Well, the benefits of that for me is I decided to take action, to get out of my comfort zone. Because for months I said to my personal assistant, I think it's time that I start with FaceTime Live. Or I think I must start my podcast channel. Or maybe I must do some online webinars. But I just didn't do it because I was in such a comfort zone. But all of a sudden, my anxious and uncertain and overwhelmed feelings made me take action. Those are big benefits for me. So with the third skill is ask yourself, not only what are the drawbacks and the negatives, and the challenges and the losses of what I'm feeling, but equally, what am I gaining? How is it blessing me when I feel what I'm feeling? Then the fourth skill is the attitude of gratitude. Whatever you're grateful for, you will get so much more to be grateful for. And whatever you moan and complain about, you will get more to moan and complain about. So I encourage you at night time, when you put your head on your pillow and you lie in the bed that you say is the best bed in the whole world, ask yourself, what am I grateful for about my day? And be specific what you're grateful for. Don't just be grateful for general things. Say, I'm grateful for that I learned something new today. I'm grateful that I actually managed to, for me, not to burn rice. I'm grateful that I listened to that webinar and I actually understood a bit more about myself. Or I'm grateful that I have a virtual coffee time with my friend. And tomorrow morning when you wake up, before you get out of bed, ask yourself, what am I grateful for about this day that is ahead of me? Because then you plant flowers in your mind. And your emotions go in line with that. Then just an extra bit that you can do to help you with your emotional control, your self-mastery, you empowering and growing yourself, is when you have negative emotions, don't withdraw. Don't go into your room and say, I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to, I don't have anything to offer. I don't think I can be of use to anyone. It is now the time when you are not in a good space, that you don't withdraw, that you reach out to a friend and say, can we have a virtual coffee? Or you talk to a good friend and say, I'm battling. Are you battling as well? Because when you hear that someone else is experiencing the same as that you're experiencing, it actually makes you feel normal. There's not something wrong with me. And then also, it really helps with emotional well-being, emotional maturity, emotional intelligence. When you make a difference to the life of another human being, it doesn't mean how small or how big that difference is. Make a difference to someone's life. Whether it is a phone call to just find out how you're doing. Whether it is setting up a Zoom call with your family members and say, come, let's all get together. Whether it is contributing to donating towards food parcels. It doesn't matter what it is. Make a difference in someone's life. Because through the ripple effect, you are touching many, many people's lives. So for us as human beings, as emotional beings, our emotions are not in control of us. We are in control of our emotions. And I've shared 4 skills with you. First of all, understand what is of highest hierarchy, importance and priority to you. And know that your most intense emotions will be linked to how much you perceive you're getting supported or challenged in what is of highest importance to you. Secondly, know that you have all emotions, and in every moment you have the equal and opposite emotion as well. So when you feel challenged, go and see in that same moment where you also are feeling supported. The third skill is to put these glasses on with the positive and the negative lens, and not only look through the negative lens, but look through the positive lens equally and ask yourself, what are the benefits, the blessings, the gains for me that I'm feeling this emotion right now? And the fourth skill, have an attitude of gratitude. Because whatever you're grateful for, you get more to be grateful for. And then a last reminder, make a difference. Be a difference. Because every person's life, in a small or big way that you touch, through the ripple effect, will touch many, many other people's lives. So I hope this is helping you to take more action steps to master yourself every day step by step, a little bit more. Grow and empower yourself every day a little bit more. That it helps you to develop a growth mindset, not a closed mindset. Because it's the biggest investment in yourself. And remember, you are your most valuable asset. So just invest in yourself. And if you have any questions for me, please send it to me and I will answer you. And also let me know what you have gained from listening to this. And if you want to receive more of my teachings, look at my Facebook pages and see all the things that I'm offering to you, from podcasts to blogs to online webinars and Facebook live sessions. Until next time, be well, be healthy, and grow yourself. This is from Ilze in a beautiful autumn Johannesburg. Until next time.